the Genius Lab, I am constantly looking at body language to give me insights into how somebody is thinking and how they do what they do. Because when you get really good at something, you do it so fast you don't even know. But the body talks. And when I'm interviewing somebody, I'm constantly paying attention to everything they're doing with their body because it's giving me a ton of information about how they're thinking. Two strategies in particular I've noticed, and I want to share them with you because you probably have these same strategies and they'll probably give you a window into how you think. So here they are. Usually, when someone's talking and I'm picking apart their strategy, there's almost always a hand movement that goes like this. It's almost always the right handed and almost always goes like this. And of course, at this point, I've done enough of them, I know what it is, but I ask them, what's there? And if they slow it down enough, what they'll tell me is, oh, I have a checklist. This is a strategy of genius. When you get really good at something, you build these sort of mental checklists where you can run through a lot of things very quickly to get the result that you're trying to get. But usually the hand gesture is something like this, like you're making a list. So that's one. Another one is, I'll ask them how they do it, and they're like, well, and they'll lean back and they'll look up. By the way, this was a Walt Disney strategy of genius. He would kind of put his feet up on his desk, he'd lean back, he'd look up, and that was where he'd get into ideation mode. And that is a known strategy. Your body, when you kind of get in that posture, you lean back and you look up, just immediately you have to go into dreaming mode or imagining mode. And a lot of people that are really brilliant do that, and they do it very subconsciously because the body, that's just kind of how the body accesses that mental state. So there's a million of them, and I'm tracking all of them. Sometimes people sit like this or like this, and that tells me like what mode they're in as they're doing something, or they'll get all animated or they'll get really deep, and all of this is information. What do you do when you're doing the thing? And, do you notice any gestures that you use when you're explaining how to do something? And if you can slow them down and unpack them, there's probably a very rich strategy there you didn't even know of, but your body did the talking. Let me know what you think in the comments.